What are logical operator validation patterns in JavaScript? Imagine trying to check if a user input is valid or if someone has access to a certain feature. How do you do that efficiently? Well, that's where logical operator validation patterns come into play. They are like shortcuts that help you verify multiple conditions quickly and clearly. JavaScript has three main logical operators you will use often. The first is AND, written as two ampersands. It returns true only if both conditions on its sides are true. For example, if you want to check if a user's age is above 18 and they have accepted the terms, you'd write something like age is greater than 18 and terms accepted. The second is OR, written as two vertical bars. It returns true if either condition is true. So, if you want to see if a user is either an admin or a moderator, you'd use OR. The third is NOT, which is an exclamation mark. It flips true to false and false to true. For example, if you want to check if a value is not null, you'd use not null. These operators are often combined to make validation checks more powerful. For example, you might want to allow access if the user is an admin or if they are a member and have a valid subscription. You can write that as user is admin or user is member and user has subscription. The parentheses are important because they tell JavaScript which conditions to evaluate first. Without them, the logic could get mixed up. Short-circuit evaluation is another key feature of these operators. With AND, if the first condition is false, JavaScript stops checking the rest because the whole expression can't be true. With OR, if the first condition is true, it stops there because the overall result is already true. This saves time and makes your code run faster. You can also use OR for default values. Say you want to assign a username, but if the input is empty or null, you want to set it to guest. You can write username equals input or guest. If input is falsy, like an empty string or null, JavaScript will pick guest instead. Using these patterns makes your code cleaner and easier to understand. Instead of writing many nested if statements, you can combine conditions into one line. This is especially useful from validation, access control, or any situation where multiple rules need to be checked at once. In summary, validation patterns with logical operators in JavaScript are about combining AND, OR, and NOT to check multiple conditions efficiently. They help you write clearer, more concise code that handles complex logic smoothly. Whether you're verifying user input or controlling access, mastering these patterns is a key step in becoming a better web developer.